Hello everyone. Today we're going to talk about physical texture. We're going to do a three-dimensional physical texture assignment. In your journal, you have the elements of art and you have texture right here. The feeling, physical texture, or visual effect, simulated texture, created by repeating and changing the other elements. Okay, so changing the shape or repeating the shape, repeating the line. Okay, and it's the feeling because we're doing physical texture. So we are going to take some of our materials here and make some physical texture. So the materials you're going to need for this project are some school glue, a Sharpie, a ruler. In your kit you have some bright colored paper like this, and then you have a poster board. Mine's orange, but they're probably all different colors. And it is about 11 by, oh my goodness, 14. Okay. And so we're going to gather all of our supplies. Go get your supplies. You might want a scissor too. And let's start this. So the first thing we need to do is divide our poster board into 9 rectangles, a 3 by 3 grid. So each square on the short side here is going to be 3.66 inches. So this is 3.5. So I'm just going to kind of go right there. That's about 3.66. So there's 3.5. So maybe 3 and 1, 2, 3, 4, 5/8 would be fine. And then another 3 and 5/8. And then we'll go down to the bottom and do 3 and 5/8. 3 and 5/8. And then we can connect them to make a straight line. And I just realized I don't have a long enough ruler. So I can do it in the middle too, actually. That's a good thing for me to teach you. 3 and 5/8. So you can do it in the middle as well to kind of help bridge the gap. Okay, and then I can draw a line from here to here. And then from here to here. Yay! Okay, and then turning it the other way, I need one that's 4 and 6.66. So we're going to go 4 and 5/8 and 4 and 5/8. It's not going to be a perfect grid, and I'm okay with that. Okay, and you're going to want to do this project on a surface where you can let it literally sit and dry. So you might want to think about where that will be, that little children, different animals, that kind of thing will not come and mess with it or step in it while it's drying, because we're going to use this glue. Okay, so think about that. So here's an all-paper example of a texture project where you can see the person did different things to manipulate the texture. Like they cut it, they wove it, they folded it, they scored it. Okay, so that's one example I wanted to show you. Here's another one. I really like this one. I think it's kind of cool how they cut the paper and did different things with the paper. And so they crumpled it up. They cut it in a V. They just did a lot of interesting things, all with just white paper. So we're going to kind of use this as our inspiration. I have a few of these projects here. You can see people have used like twine and different kinds of ribbon. They've folded and manipulated the paper, twisted it in different ways. Here they've glued on some, these are actually beads to make a physical texture. You can feel it. This probably is like tissue paper. There's a weaving. I don't want you to just glue something down though. Like this is something I don't want you to do. This is sandpaper. If you're going to put sandpaper on here, do something with it. Okay. One other thing I wanted to show you was you can just take some rocks and some gravel and mix it up with your glue and make a really cool texture with that. So let's start this project. So you have this paper in your kit that is for this project, but you can also use anything that you find at home. Maybe you have some paper towels or something that you want to use. Maybe you have some rope or yarn or like the gravel idea, the sand. You can mix it with glue. Anything that's loose like that, like the beads, you can mix with glue and then it'll make just like a paste that you can put down. So I'm going to show you a few ideas, but you can do whatever you want. You can cut just strips like this. Here'd be one idea. I'm doing pretty thin strips, almost to like make a ribbon. And then you could, I'll just maybe, okay, and you can twist them and then make a texture and glue it down. So open up my glue bottle. Not sure if it's open yet. These are brand new to you guys. Put a little bit of glue on it. I would suggest for some of these techniques that you glue one side, let it dry, and then twist. So you know what, maybe I'm going to do, just for some fun color, so you can see I'm in the process of doing this. I'm going to let this glue dry and then I will twist them each and glue them down there. Okay, I wanted to show you one other thing, and then you guys get to go find your own textures and figure out your own ways of manipulating the paper. So one way is manipulating paper to get a texture. Another way is to take something little, like I have these really cool sequins that I've had in my classroom forever. I think I got these at the dollar store, but just ask your parents, do you have any little things like this, little beads? Maybe you have, I don't know, something that's little that is not being used. Sand is a good one. Dirt. You could do tea. I'll show you a tea one. It's pretty cool. So little things like this that you can mix with glue and glue down. So I wanted to show you this technique with some tea. I have some tea bags here and I have something to mix it with the glue. Please do not use your paintbrushes or any of the tools that I've given you, use something that you can throw away. You can go get a stick in the yard. You can find a stir stick, or at home you might have a plastic utensil, something like that. And I think I will do it right here. And you're just going to do with a tea. You could do this with coffee grounds. You could do this with any kind of tea, but let's see. I'm going to just do one tea bag for the moment. You're just going to take it. You're going to mix it with your glue. I'm just doing it right on here. You can see why you need this to be able to just sit and not be disturbed by anyone or anything. Okay, you're just going to start to mix it together. Try to keep it glued on to this, just this one square, because each square is going to be something different, right? Okay, and it kind of makes like a paste that you can spread. And you want to try to spread it over the entire thing. I definitely need more glue. This is going to make a great texture. Might get a little messy, okay? So use a place in your house. You could even go outside on a sunny day. It would dry really well if it was in the sun. So I might set mine out to dry in the sun. And you don't have to do it all in one day. You can do a couple of squares today. This is just during your asynchronous time. Just trying to get a thin layer going here so it's not too thick. There we go. So again, please don't use your paintbrushes with the glue. Okay, paintbrushes and glue are a big no-no in the art classroom. Excuse me. Perfect. So we'll see what our tea comes out like when it's dry. Okay. And you could do something with the tea bag itself if you wanted to make a texture out of that. So think about all the uses of all the different little things you have around your house. So I want you to do a different texture, physical texture, meaning you can actually feel something on each one of these. Okay, and then you're going to take a picture from the top and one from the side because it's three-dimensional. So you're going to see that. So I want 2 pictures to be turned into this assignment. Let me know if you have any questions. Thanks, guys.